mama 5, living life, feeling alive. From kids to culture, news to tea. Real talk, real life. Come vibe with me. That mama 5, she's got the vibe, yeah. Watching that Mama 5, where real stories meet real life.
Hello, everybody. Hello, happy Monday to you all. How are you guys doing? How have you guys been today? Those of you who went to work, how was work? I hope it was not too stressful for you all, and I hope you were not all stuck in traffic because after 5 p.m. there's always traffic. Welcome back, everybody. How are you guys doing? And yeah, so this is gonna be a very quick live stream, actually, guys. If you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section, and please like and share. Yes, I know this is like a late. It's like 2 hours past the time I would normally come out and do a live stream. So welcome everybody. If you can hear me, do let me know in the comment section, and do not hesitate to like and share. So like I said, I was at work today. Actually, I came home. I got back home from work about half an hour ago. So I've been kind of like following the news so far that's been happening all over Nigeria at the moment. And some of this news, obviously, you probably recognize maybe three faces, and the three faces on the thumbnail will be that of Davido, the girl called Lele of Lagos or something, and then the King Mitchy girl. You probably recognize those three. So ChatGPT is not working well for me tonight. Anyway, the first news obviously is that of Davido. So as you guys are all aware of what happened in the past few weeks, maybe a couple of weeks ago now, where Davido and Sophia, obviously they went to court. Davido was seeking for joint. So according to Davido said he was seeking for joint custody of their daughter. Yes, they have a daughter together called Imade. If I'm not mistaken, Imade should be about 10, 11. So prior to this, there's been saga between both of them for a very long time. So we're not about to dive into that. So I think just prior to Davido getting married to Chioma, traditionally in a big ceremony in Nigeria, it was released to the public at some point that they were going to court, and we all read some of the concerns that Sophia had as to why she doesn't think she should have joint custody with Davido. And it's been obviously made clear that it was Davido who summoned Sophia to court. And as you guys know, if you're not new here on my channel, you all know my stand when it comes to if your relationship ends, both parents need to be a part of that child's life, especially a willing parent. Okay, as long as the parent is willing to be a part of that child's life. So I don't see why you would not want to. But then that is not me rubbishing if there's any genuine concerns about a certain parent. Okay, so it happened that while Davido was in court, the lawyer in question asked Davido a question that was below the belt, that it's below the belt. So it was practically being asked a question about him not being a responsible father because of the death of his son, late Ifeanyi. May God continue to rest the baby's soul. So apparently, that for the fact that that baby's name was mentioned in court, there was a no-no for Davido. He lashed into the lawyer, insulted her, did a lot of things, and yes, at some point, a certain lawyer was the one who brought the story out that they were in court that week or that day, and not quite long. Yeah, a story was flying everywhere that why would Davido want permanent? Why would Davido want full custody? Why would Davido want full custody? Blah 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 blah. Only for Davido to release a post to say, you know what, I did not ask for full custody. I only asked for joint custody to be able to see my children, to be able to see my child without conditions and stuff like that. So apparently all of that happened, and Davido went on to say, I schooled the lawyer. I schooled her, blah blah blah. I told her how to do her job, bringing the name of his dead son was a no, and all of that. And as we all know, I'm sure most people were like dragging the lawyer as well, saying that, oh, why would she ask such question? But there's no point explaining that, because if you've never been in a court to hear like real life court cases, you won't know how lawyers work. You won't know how lawyers work. Anyway, since then, Davido was like, okay, it's hands off now. He's dropping the case. It's no longer doing. And now, not quite long afterwards, Davido dropped the image. He tagged the wrong person as the son of this lawyer. He tagged the lawyer in question, and this lawyer was the one who represented Sophia in court. He tagged a wrong somebody as the son of this lawyer. He also tagged the lawyer herself on Instagram, and it was alleged that this lawyer's mobile number was released to the public, and this lawyer's family claimed it was Davido's scam, allegedly, who released the lawyer's number, which meant that the lawyer was dragged. She was bullied. A lot of things happened. So not quite long afterwards, the law firm that lawyer was working for said, you know what, they've seen all evidences and they will be investigating and following in due course. Hello, Happy, welcome. How are you? I was not expecting you to come in tonight because I thought you'd be in bed by now. Welcome. How was your day? So we all saw all of that. The law firm saying they were going to take everything according to the law, and now it has now happened. So this lawyer or this firm on behalf of the lawyer has now sued Davido 1 billion naira. I saw a comment that says, out of 30 billion naira, out of 30 billion, out of 30 BG, how much remain? 29 BG. Welcome everybody. Please like and share as a comment. So let me share my screen with you so we can read the lawsuit together. And now again, some bloggers, they don't have brain. So because this happened now, they are now using images of Sophia, and I was like, why would you use the images of Sophia? Now Sophia lawyer, the lawyer who represented Sophia that sued Davido, not Sophia. So why are some of these bloggers now putting Davido side by side Sophia, another angle for them so that they could drag Sophia? I just don't understand how some bloggers work. Anyway, let me share my screen with you. So here on this page here, it says that so according to the write-up, a Lagos-based law firm, Punuka Attorneys and Solicitors, has issued a pre-action notice to music star Davido, whose real name is Deji Adeleke, over alleged harassment, threats to life, cyberbullying, and defamation of one of his partners, Egeonu Enedah. In a letter dated February 24, 2026, which was seen by their correspondent to the address to Adeleke, the firm stated that it was acting on the instruction of Mrs. Enedah and formally notified him of our intention to commence legal action. The firm alleged that the dispute began during proceedings in suit blah 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 David Adeleke versus Sophia Momodu at Lagos State High Court on February 2nd, 2026. According to the letter, Adeleke allegedly conducted himself in a manner unbecoming of a litigant by becoming aggressive and verbally abusive towards Mrs. Enedah, who appeared as counsel for the respondent, Sophia Momodu. Your conduct, in quote, your conduct deteriorated to such a degree that physical restraint became, wow. So they have to physically restrain Davido. Wow. You want to be the lawyer? Voila. Okay, let's keep reading. In quote, your conduct deteriorated to such a degree that physical restraint became necessary to prevent further disruption to the proceedings, the firm stated. It further claimed that the court directed him to apologize in open court, but that he failed to comply. In addition to demanding an immediate cessation of further commentary on the pending suit, the firm called for a public apology. In quote, you are hereby required to issue a clear and unequivocal public statement withdrawing the defamatory statement and offering an unreserved apology to our client, he stated. The law firm further said his client was demanding compensation in the sum of 1 billion naira as damages for the alleged harassment, defamation, and emotional distress. It warned that failure to comply within 7 days of receipt of the letter would result in legal action. So this was the first gossip page I found that did not use the image of Sophia alongside Davido, because like I said, I don't know why people are of this opinion that, oh, Sophia is waiting for Davido to come and marry her. Davido will never marry you, blah, 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 blah. okay, fine. Let that one to be waiting. Let that one to be the Lords of the Rings or whatever it is, that sweet nonsense that Davido might have said to her when they were together, whatever. Again, if she decides to live her life privately, that she doesn't want anybody to know she's in a relationship, she has every right to do so. But I think some people just need to come up the fact that they should come off the opinion that, oh, she is dragging Davido because she wants Davido to marry her. Like, can we just rest this matter already? Now, lawyer sue Davido, nobody Sophia. Why are bloggers posting Sophia's images alongside Davido as if it was Sophia who sued Davido? So that was the law firm's letter there. So it was Punuka. Punuka is the name of the firm. The letter was dated February 2024. February 24, 26, it was addressed to Adeleke, the David, obviously, and the title is Harassment, Stress to Life, Cyberbullying, and Defamation of Mrs. Egeonu Enedah by Davido and his cohorts, pre-action notice. So they did say there that why they were, what happened in court and all of that. What the summary I've just read to you, and all the listed here that some of the things that Davido said, and that was exact. So if you look at item 5, it was exactly what Davido came to court to, it came out to the public to say that at Belachiku, that was how he tagged her. So if that Belachiku, I won't be surprised if she's even of the same age as Davido's mother, because Davido in a way is very, it was very, very disrespectful. As some people, when they get money, their level of disrespect is always above the roof anyway. So I'm Babulu. So according to Davido, when he came out to say what happened in court, he tagged the lawyer directly on her Instagram, and he said, I disgraced you in the courtroom. I was teaching you your work. You couldn't even take it. And then went on to mention my son. Like I said in the courtroom, I pray you never go through what me and my wife have gone through. And you were still smiling, smirking. You are a wicked human being. You are the worst lawyer ever. I beat you in court. You are not, so they kind of like put it there that those were the words he said. And yes, lawyers, they are everywhere. Social media will help you to share all of the things that he said. So these are the things that are now being used against Davido Nandako. You are going to pay 1 billion naira in court, or you do those things they've asked you to do. In my own opinion, and you all don't have to necessarily agree with me. I have been good afternoon time, Adefunke, welcome. Please like and share. I have been in a courtroom where I was translating where a MURDER case was going on. You know what? I was just brought in at the last minute to come and be a translator for that person. The person I was translating for was the person they accused that a bad person. When the person claimed to, obviously, he claimed that he was innocent, and the case had to go to trial. It was a Yoruba guy here in Scotland, and when I was in that case, in that story, the kind of questions they were asking, even when the family who were like, oh, he's our son, he can't do that, blah, 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 blah. You need to be in that court to hear the questions they were asking. At some point, I pray that may we never have any reason to carry any case to court. If you know how lawyers, if you know how brutal they could be, if you know how brutal they could be. I have also attended a court case where I went to translate, where they were handling a child mishandling case. You need to see the questions they were asking the mother. Hey, that was when I knew that, please, I don't ever want to step foot. None of my family will carry me and my case. Will carry me and my children to court in the mighty name. I will never have any reason to go to court to go and settle any family case. It's brutal. So you need to have actually experienced being in a court to actually see how a lawyer works or how a lawyer works. And then this lawyer was paid to deliver a job, to deliver a service, which she was doing. And then obviously at first, whoever brought that story, or whoever that brought that story of them being in court that day out, did the wrong thing. It should never have been out there. They could have done it as a sealed case. But yeah, we all know that they were going to court anyway, but then we don't necessarily have to know the outcome, except maybe either of the party came out to share it in public. But then it was somebody who was not even a part of that family that came to share the story of them being in court that day, which was a total no. But that has happened. You know what? I know when grief happens, for me, I have not experienced grief with someone very, very close to me. God forbid I receive any grief from anybody close to me right now. But people that have passed away, they are not people that are really, really close to me. They are really, so I can't really describe how you should grieve somebody. The only person I would probably say who was really close to me was somebody who both of us were very, very vulnerable with one another. She's married, she has young children as well. She has a very good business, like any Owambe in Scotland that they need to buy Ashwebi. She's the only one. She's called Ebony Fabrics. Go and Google her on Facebook. Any Owambe that is happening in Scotland and even in London, she will be the one to provide them all of their Ashwebi. Hello, Sister Yinka. Welcome, my brave sister. Welcome, ma. Ebony Fabric, she provides every Ashwebi. If you need to do party, whatever party, she's the one who provides all the outfit, all the Ashwebi. When I heard of her passing, like I was just speaking to her in December, in January, I lost communication with her for a few weeks, but I sent her a message sometime, pretty much like 2 weeks before I heard she passed away. There was a tick because I sent her a message on Instagram. I mean, on WhatsApp. It showed that she read the message, but she never replied. And I never got any response from her, only for me to get a message at work that she passed away. You guys, I almost passed out. I was sent home from work because I would say she's one of the closest. I would say the closest, but still, she's not related to me in any way. So I can't really describe or tell people how to grieve. But then again, this lawyer was doing her job. And when even after all I've said about Davido, Sophia, at the end of the day, this case of them wanting to be, this case of Davido wanting to be in the life of Imade halfway, it's not got to an extent whereby it has to get to court. It's not gotten to that level where they have to go to court, because Davido was still seeing her. He was still taking his daughter everywhere. Yes, I understand she might not be able to travel with him on all day. She might not be able to maybe go have a sleepover or something like that. I understand, but that is just, I mean, you've been doing it temporarily since when she was a baby. So what changed in the meantime that you actually want to be a part of? I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't be a part of her life, but you still had some sort of access to a certain extent. It's a different case if Sophia is not allowing you see that child at all. It's a different case if she's not allowing him. But she was allowing him. You still take her out, you do daddy baby out, daddy girl outing and stuff like that. At the end of the day, their matter no supposed reach court. So yeah, he went to court. Lawyer was doing her job. You came for her, say because she brought up the case of, you brought up the case of your dead son. Anyway, so Davido don't chop lawsuit. And this lawsuit letter, I like say it was dated the 24th of February. It's been flying on social media for a few days now. I'm surprised. Should I be surprised? No, I should not be surprised that Davido has not said anything in regards to that, because on a normal day, he will have thrown some innuendo out there without defamation lawsuit. He will have come out to say something in relating to that. But I'm not surprised that he has not done so. Maybe his lawyers have advised him that you do what? You firm this thing that you see on social media about this lawsuit, you do what? You firm. And I would have imagined that they've not only served him on social media, I would imagine they've also served him or served his lawyers as well to say, okay, there's a lawsuit going on. So that's that case there about Davido. Like I said, no parent deserved the loss of a child. But in my own opinion, I felt Ifeanyi's death could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. If that case happened in diaspora, somebody would have been held accountable for the death of that boy. Either they were the pay staff or people in the homes. And I also hope that people who are in Nigeria who have swimming pools in their houses, I hope you cover the swimming pool. If it's not in use, cover it up. Cover it up, because you can't tell me that you have a swimming pool in your house. It is every day you sit in your swimming pool. When you're not using it, cover it up. Especially, I don't even know why there's a swimming pool in the house where there is a young child. Anyway, may God rest the soul of that child. And I hope his parents have already learned their lessons. But then moving forward, I just feel like, one, Davido needs to grow up. He needs to watch how his outbursts at times. Now his outburst time, he's going to lose 1 billion naira. We'll see. But anyway, that's that news there. And like I said, I am an advocate that if a relationship ends, both parents, willing parents should be allowed in the lives of each child. Okay, I don't believe in one parent suffering another parent with the child. Both of you made out of love. So now that love now break. Now you are now punishing each other with the child. Like, why? There's no need for it. And it's women, it's men that do this all the time. However, the pattern are now changing. Now we're now seeing women who have money, who have their own money, who have their grants. The likes of, let's say, example of what is happening right now. The likes of Sophia, she's saying, no, even with your money, you are not coming. But then again, they've always said that a girl child her dad is the first man she will ever meet in her life. Her dad is going to be the person to, like, make her, like, teach her stories and stuff like that. So why would you want to, prevent such child from seeing her dad? Why do you want to cut, like, there's just a lot of questions that I know that I won't be able to answer. Now only the people who are involved in this matter that will actually have the real answers to the questions we are all asking. I don't want to rubbish Sophia's concerns. And I also don't want to rubbish or keep Davido short, saying that he shouldn't have an access to his child because of what happened in the past. What is the possibility that even if Sophia, with all the security and all the things that she's asking for Imadi, God forbid that, okay, that child even go somewhere. We've seen cases of children going to school that day. They took them on an excursion and they took them to go and swim. The child drowned. God forbid this happen to anybody's child. But then we learn, mistakes happen and we learn from it. So I'm wishing both of them all the best. Like I said, I'm wishing both of them all the best. But then again, that child is grown. And I think Sophia should start maybe losing the reign a little bit. Imade is grown now. There's nowhere they want to take Imade to that she will not know who her mother is. And I understand what has transpired in the past when they attempted to take her away, blah, blah, blah. Then she was a baby. If they have succeeded in taking her away, then it might be a big issue for that child to remember or recognize who her mother is. But Imade knows her mom. So no matter what prank that their delicates might want to play now, that, oh, they want to take her somewhere, not bring her back, she will forever know who her mother is. So that's just my take there. Welcome everybody. Welcome Mr. Rosie. Welcome. Please like this live stream and share. So I pray God gives both parties wisdom in order to be able to reach a resolution in regards to caring for this child. Because at the end of the day, all of us can keep talking, but it is the welfare of this child that matters. And yes, Davido, I've always said that if you actually love your child a lot, if you love that child, you do away with some things that would allow you to see that child. Because some of the things that the Sophia mentioned was the fact that Davido moves around with a lot of people, male people, he moves about, he's into entertainment. So you will forever have crowd following him. And it is in that such environment that you want to have a girl child. Trust nobody. Even some fathers, then they put their finger inside their picking pickles. Not to talk of people that don't even know you or that your child do not know. Okay. Rose said, I don't think Sophia prevented visitation. You wanted joint custody. Yeah, I'm not saying otherwise either. I'm just saying that, he's always had access to Imadi anyway. That we see him taking her out everywhere. Yes, he wanted 50-50. And it is that 50-50 that Sophia is saying no. That the little, like the minimal right I gave you is enough. And she cited that reason. So that's why I'm saying that I'm not rubbishing Sophia's concerns, and I'm not rubbishing the reason why Davido said, okay, I'm the father of this child. I am contributing to the upkeep of this child. I want equal rights. And that's how it should be. But like I said, it is what we see on social media that we react to. We don't know the real cocoa behind camera. So that's where I'm going to put that. Anyway, let's move on swiftly to the next story on the title. So you guys know what's being, I believe you guys know, no worries at all, Staros. If you have the time, you can rewatch again. I'm not going to stay quite long because it's past my bedtime already. I'm sure Abby will know that. I normally go to bed at 9 o'clock, especially if I'm working the next day. So this is already past my bedtime. So if you guys remember, there was an interview. You guys know what was the name called? Nedu came out at one time when he was having issues with the Very Dark Man, and I think Very Dark Man asserted that Nedu said in Academos Jojo Of Lele or something, and then this girl came out crying that why does Nedu want to take glory of her success? That nobody should take the glory of her success, that people should know that she's a very, very hard worker, blah 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 blah, this that and all of that shit. But then before we actually go in there, I want you guys, let's quickly watch this video. Actually, it's actually funny, but it's not related to this video, but it's quite funny. It means that if you know you want to come and drag somebody, come correct. That is what I learned from this video, guys. I just want us to watch it and laugh a little bit, okay?
Truly, wait, though. It never passed 1 hour.
By the way, I don't know any of these people in this video, but I watch it and I drop it. I'm sure my comments, they can see my comment there. I was laughing my head off at work. My colleagues were like, why is she laughing? Because I had AirPods on. I was just laughing my head off. Like, come, if you want to come and drag somebody, make sure you come correct. Let's listen.
Halima, not even if I talk. When you were talking, I was talking. You said that I cannot tell you when to talk, so you can't tell me when to talk and when not to talk.
Yeah, Halima, see, your life don't spoil.
If your life never spoil, why they go abandon you go marry another person? What in the world you, madam? I'm gonna hold on myself for here.
Or up with CJ, she know if you talk again.
What you go tell her now? I'm not do that thing with me. See, Julie, you they say it's why I never get 1,000 naira. I mean, go block your eye. Let me first get 200 before you.
Guys, I will come out for you style.
I want for much. No for more too.
Did you guys see that one? So they were apparently, I don't know the beginning of this story, but they were apparently dragging the lady in the pink hijab. They were dragging her. And then she decided to give it back to them. And the other one that decided to go off now, you did not come correct. You dragged somebody, she now gave you back the same energy. You come out for wait till I listen to how she's going to drag the remaining two.
You follow you were should be a big person. Woman, they get pot belly. You know, follow and they go. You know, and they talk anyhow. You know, people go natural as you did like this. Without with you be like James Brown.
Why are they
shut up, you? Shut up, say
now.
Before they enter.
Why are they put emotion for inside now? Bona chitena.
Then I shut up about
that.
Madam, what your mouth?
Oh no, we was also now.
Man, I want come on now.
What a cobia.
Make una go.
Give her that no now. Oh no.
Una talk. She be there. Na talk. Since una there now. Na run now.
That big baby.
Una run dey run abi.
Between banter and
you people. When people are talking to me, it was a banter. Now that I'm talking, it's not a banter. I see Nigeria with low mentality. Not by to where we go, you get wisdom under the wig.
Oh yeah,
you can talk.
Truly, wait. You know how we at Halima.
Not even if I talk. When you were talking, I was talking.
You see how she dragged them. Anyway, let's go back to the story of the story of Jojo and Lele, this Jojo of Lagos girl thingy. So if you remember, like I was saying earlier on, that when Very Dark Man was having an issue with Nedu, he did mention this Jojo of Lele, saying that maybe in Nakademus or something like that before she got to where she got to. And this girl came out crying that, oh no, that she never, like Nedu of all people, that this, that people know that she's a hustler, that nobody should take the glory of our success and all of that. So since then, I believe Very Dark Man came out, obviously, because Very Dark Man was giving Nedu back to back. He dragged Nedu to be small thing. So I think when Very Dark Man saw that video, he also came out to say, this is that. Since then, that girl called Jojo of Lagos has now been Exalio Saros. If you can't stand it, stay out of the kitchen. Exactly. Thank you for putting that word out there. So Very Dark Man came out and said, oh, this girl, blah, blah, blah. So whatever, she also became a rattle and she's been following Very Dark Man and the rattle everywhere. So you guys know, since this case of when this Mitchy girl, when Very Dark Man was staying on his own JJO, she now went to go and drag Very Dark Man unprovoked. And I said yes, I come. So it is all right for Very Dark Man to come for people unprovoked, but it is not all right for other people to come for him unprovoked, right? When you are just like Auntie Rose said here, that if you can't stand it, stay out of the kitchen. Like, you keep coming for people unprovoked, but they came for you. You still, you kept dragging people. So anyway, we also what has been going on between King Mitchy, the Mitchy girl, and I don't even know why I'm putting the king. The Mitchy girl and Very Dark Man, we know what's transpired between them in the past few days, to the extent that both of them, they drank IPO. And now they are now canvassing, just as Adeton is canvassing, that the Mitchy girl should be arrested. Both Mitchy and Very Dark Man should be arrested for questioning because they both drank that substance on social media. Very Dark Man decided to turn it into content. He did a content of him being buried. And then you posted a video on the channel today of him resurrecting from the coffin. I don't know how people are so insensitive to talk of death. Him, like, being paraded in the coffin, him coming on social media. I was just like, oh God, I was pissed, but so we all know what has been going on there. And yes, Very Dark Man dragged that girl, dragged Seyi Tinubu, alleged that it was Seyi Tinubu when he was first arrested the first time, that it was Seyi Tinubu that knew how he was arrested and how he was released. Seyi Tinubu also was part of it, blah, 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 blah. So as he was dragging the Mitchy girl, he was also dragging Seyi Tinubu, dragged them. So now, apparently, a lot of people have actually come out again and start to drag this Mitchy girl as well. So this Mitchy girl, she helps in rehabilitating young girls who either they get pregnant and they don't know who fathered their child, or they got pregnant by some non-entity and the non-entity does not want the child. So she has been obviously doing that. And the likes of Sarah Martins. If you remember Sarah Martin, that girl with big yash that normally cook in the middle of the road, that one, so she recently gave her money. That one came out to say, oh, she was nasty to her as well, that since Seyi Tinubu supported her business or her charity, that the Mitchy girl has not been talking to her, that she blocked her. But at the end of her caption, she was like, oh, people should forgive her. And then the likes of Blessing CEO, that matter, what she said, I'm going to touch on it later on. However, what prompted this live stream is the fact that there's a video of this Jojo of Lagos who came out to say that Mitchy should go and release the boy who has been locked up in police station for over a year. And the question is, what did the boy do? I will let us play the video so you guys can hear what the boy did, because she did not just go to arrest the boy. Okay, so this is a video of I'm trying to find that video. I think this is the video of the Lele thing that she was talking.
Jojo of Lele, I know they follow women they drag. I know they all do, and then you can never say inside me and woman they talk, but let me address this to you because you are a girl. It is a disgrace, and I am disappointed.
So apparently this guy was reacting to what Jojo of Lele said. So we're going to get there in this video, okay?
That you call her Mitchy on top of the 8 girl who then give belly.
So that was what that guy did. I don't know the age of the boy in question, but what the boy that was locked up did was that he impregnated a 12-year-old girl. So we don't know if it was grape or not. So obviously, due to the work that Mitchy does, she was able to rehabilitate this girl, and that's the girl you see in the insert of this video. Now, this Jojo of Lele now came out and say, go and release the boy you locked up for over a year. Say because he impregnated a minor. I was like, what? So because he impregnated a minor, it's not enough reason for him to be locked up. But let's keep listening to this, okay?
This guy, waking Mitchy call police for, according to the story, beat on the 8 girl belly. He beat the girl join.
Can you hear? The guy impregnated this underage girl and was still divvying her. Impregnated a 12-year-old and he was still putting his hands on her. That was what the guy did. But keep listening. Welcome, Tough Luck. Welcome, Sister Biba. I know this is like a late night live stream. I'm not going to be here for a very long time, but yeah, these 2 topics, I just had to do it tonight.
Give her that 8 girl, they still beat the girl. King Mitchy handed the matter to the law, and she's taking care of the girl. Now you come out just because you want banter her, because you want drag her. You talk say, and the boy knows about day prison that long. Are you serious? Listen to yourself.
Mitchy, the boy when you lock for prison for almost 1 year now, he don't do the mama they cry. The mama say make you release him picking for her. How you go lock person picking for prison for almost 1 year? Because say you say the boy give girl will be underage belly. Now you're picking. Even if you punish the boy, you leave the boy for prison for like 1 month, 2 months. You lock this boy for prison for since last year. Because say you say the boy give girl will be underage belly.
Can you listen? Did you hear what she said? Because you thought say the boy give underage girl belly. If the boy stay for prison for 1 to 2 months, he don't reach. Say that the girl. What this girl did was that she got the boy arrested. If at all anybody has an issue with the boy being arrested, they should go to the police station. They should go there with a lawyer. The girl did the right thing by getting him arrested. Now, because all of them are effing chasing clouds because they belong to the camp of those who run around dropping their mice, rats, or whatever, because they're a gang of rats. They just believe that they can just come out here and spew dumb best shit to people. That alone, in a civilized country, let him go and do it in all these in Asian, Indian countries. That in cucumber, they will remove it and use it to do pepper soup for him to eat. This idiot here, this dingbat here, said the boy's mother is crying that he don't do. Go and release the boy. Like I was so pissed when I heard that part of the story, and I'm like, no, what? Thank God, girls, like stupid idiots like this, I don't ever come across their content on my channel, on my page. And I don't blame them. It's the people, the stupid, crazy, senseless, like emotionless, I don't even know how to call them, politicians that are using them as political tools, putting money in the hands of useless idiots like them that their mate should be in school or doing something better, but they are going everywhere. And now she's saying that because why you look her up, if they say that one or 2 months the boy used for preposition, if I don't release them. So is it not? Is a crime enough that he was begging a 12-year-old girl? And if that was, it was not even enough, he was still putting his hands on her. And this idiot here, I dropped it. I said that's the dumbest shit she just spewed. But let's keep listening to her. Welcome everybody. I see you. Welcome everybody.
Now you're picking.
Welcome again.
Because you said the boy give girl maybe underage. Now you're picking.
Really? So nobody say they are aware. Say this matter have to do with underage girl.
Welcome
you are
everybody.
aware. You even talk for the video. Are you people normal? Have you sold your soul like that to VDM?
Exactly.
Is it that because this VDM now they drag this girl, everything when she do, both the right one is wrong automatically. You the woman as a girl, you are supposed to understand. When they do tell VDM say sleep with you, now 3 days you take do video, they cry. Say they want to tarnish your image. That one they don't sleep with you. Then just say then sleep with you. VDM just post and say they do not sleep with this girl. See you.
Yeah, that was the story. Neju said he allegedly, killed her. There was no evidence. It was just like a man-to-man talk between Neju and VDM when they were pally, only for VDM to bring that story out. And then she came out to social media to come and start crying.
Reaction.
Man, I've never offended you.
Yeah, that's the video where when Vedapan came and say, na so Neju to say in academos you. So this was the video where she was crying and addressing very dark.
I used to be your fan. I've never done anything. You've never seen my comment anybody say bad about you. I'm crying because I've worked so hard for my brand. Like I've worked so hard for my brand. For somebody from nowhere to take the glory. People that know me, they know. I know the rest. If I know they shoot Facebook, and they shoot Instagram. If I know they shoot Instagram, they shoot TikTok. Like I'm always shooting. I know the rest. Then from nowhere, people want to tag my glory to somebody else. Like you want to give my glory to Neju. Neju of all people. Somebody that has not contributed anything in my life. Somebody that has not helped me.
We're crying back to back. Making videos, they cry. Just fake person accuse you. They don't sleep with you according to you. They accuse you, say you don't sleep with Neju. Say Neju don't sleep with you. Finish. You do video back for almost 2 weeks. They cry. They fight pity party. Then your fellow woman will never reach your age. We they sleep with, we they give belly, we they beat. Imagine that kind of girl, which means they slept with her against her will.
Exactly.
God can provide the help for her. Through King Mitchy, you don't think say it's okay to drag her. You are a wicked person. I wonder how you people sleep at night. You are a wicked human being. I don't know what else in my support video when I don't take one oath. We be saying I will close my eyes to truth, shut my eyes to the truth. As girl to girl, I expect them to understand, to put that girl where they give that small picking, where they carry picking, to put her first, regardless of the situation. Leave to put Mitchy aside. You can't drag her, say, the mama where they there watching picking, they sleep with underage. The mama also dey prison.
Exactly.
Mama wey dey there, wey pikin dey live with am, your son dey live with you, your son dey knack on that 8 girl, you no fit talk. Now you dey say the mama dey cry. So this underage girl no get mama. This underage girl no be person pikin. Girl wey suppose dey school, then turn out to mother at a very young age.
At the age of 12.
When you dey at that girl age, you never even begin dey shoot video. Nobody don know you for life. You never know your left from your right. Yet you no fit put yourself in that girl's shoe to know that Mitchy is doing the right thing. But because una wan drag her, you guys are going this far. Like weak person, Jojo. I know all this why you dey create content. So I mean, you're a girl with your hustle. I respect that. All this way, you very that man. I know I like crime issues with that. Like the girl with the hustle. There are so many girls who be lazy. So when I see girl with the hustle, I respect them. But you see this one that you're dragging me for, it just means that devil in your heart.
Exactly. Anyway, so this guy obviously came out to call her out, and that video, when I saw it, it actually triggered me, and I was like, peace. So here the interview of the girl in question.
My name is Shola. I am 15 years old, and this is my second child.
Can you hear? Second child, though. She is only 15 years old, and this is her second child. 15 years old, and that is her second child. And that stupid Jojo of that will Jojo, whatever, that will Joe and Joe and Joe and Joe. If you're Yoruba, you understand what Joe means. She will continue to Joe wherever she is. Has the audacity to open her mouth to say, because he thought, say, can you come? The mother. So is the mother of the boy not aware of the fact that the girl that he brought home, that is in academic, is not of age? But let's listen to this interview.
My first child when I was 12 years old.
Did you hear her? I had my first child when I was 12 years old. And that stupid with a mother that is crying. I drop a comment there that come. If the woman, as that Jojo don't come out, let them arrest her together. And if the mother of the boy waka anyhow, knock am for prison as well, I will help them pay for Lokpa to go and arrest them.
When I first met Auntie Mitchy, she gave me 150,000 to start business. Then she took me out of the place that I was staying, because that place is not good for me and my children to stay. The environment is very rough, and I won't like my children to stay there. I want to say thank you to Michelle Foundation.
Like, look at this girl. She speaks very good English. She speaks very good English. And look at what the stupid boy that they should have removed his kolopon, the stupid ego that they should have removed his cucumber and dissect it and turn it into pepper soup suya for him. Abby, I've never even come across that. The first time I came across that was when that Nedu matter happened. I've never used my hands to go to her page to go and be looking at what she does. Abby, your uncle is here, that Chucky. Welcome, sir.
I and my baby want to say thank you to Michelle Foundation.
That's the girl. And now come and hear the video of the mother that was crying that the stupid Jojo girl went to go and interview.
Now they don't give me my pikin, oh, they don't give me this, yo. I don't sick. I want die, yo. May they release my son.
Go fire, come back.
Die. May I see my son because I want die.
Yeah, go fire, come back. If you don't train your child,
the baby I suffer for, they don't give me my son.
Let me read your comment. Welcome, that Chucky. I see you. Abby, your uncle is here. Exactly 15-year-old. Let me see your comment. So the last comment I saw was should be locked up, exiling. Vivian V said 18 or over engages in killing activity with a child under the age of 16 statutory grip, exiling. I don't know about Nigerian, considering 10-year-olds are ripe for marriage up north. But I don't think this happened in the north now. I'm sure it's somewhere in Lagos. But Vivian said, but it's a crime in the Western law, a big crime. I don't forget said, you can imagine me. God, second child, Ohabi, you heard her. She said she had her first child when she was 12 years old. And this Jojo, like I said, she will continue to Joe wherever she wants. She will Joe to wherever she wants to Joe to and come back. That child said 15 years old. What era? Now so we see him, uncle. Now so we see him. Vivian said, I beg, let me leave what I'm doing and concentrate on the life. Wow, poor child. Yeah, poor child. And then one stupid girl, that one illiterate, where they do hand job, where come from nowhere. She's now here saying, leave the child. The mother is crying. Oh. Was the mother blind when her son was torturing the girl? And at some point, I saw an interview where they said that the mother said that's my son's wife. Whose wife? Where are the parents of the girl, Seth? Where are the parents of the girl? But again, that was another question for another day. But this girl was able to find somebody to help her. I don't even know how the stupid girl herself even went back to an household boy to Nakademosa to get her pregnant again. I just don't get it. I said, I know her from VDM. Isn't she the... Yeah, she is now. She is the one. She is the one. She will do until her legs... Exactly. She will do until her legs and break everywhere. And go and check comments. People are cursing her. They are cursing her generation that what that girl went through, that her children and her family will go through it. That's how they bring curses to themselves. Yes, Vivian, she is. Let's keep listening to the shameless mother. So she's even a Yoruba woman. Damilola yẹn ló wà mọ bó ṣe gbẹ́kùn ẹ̀ sójú kan.
Kò sẹ́nibọ́dì tí ó tọ́jú mi mọ́. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ ikú o. Damilola ti lọ. Damilola ti lọ wọ́n wá gba títí lọ́wọ́ mi. Damilola bá tiẹ̀ kú. Ṣé bí wọ́n fún mi lọ́mọ Damilola? Wọ́n fún mi ní títí kí n gbé ọmọ Damilola lọ́wọ́. Mi ò ní Damilola. Láti àná báyẹn wojú mi. Mi ò lè sùn láti àná mi ò jẹun. Mi ò jẹun ẹ̀yẹ ẹgbà mi. Mi ò jẹun gbogbo àwọn èèyàn ni wọ́n ń tọ́jú mi. Mi ò jẹun láti àná ẹ̀wọ̀kùn mi ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀yin náà ẹ̀wọ̀ kò ní. Mi ò jẹun láti àná.
That belle no look like this one by the wire. Hello, welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. I see you. Welcome, everybody. I see you all. Welcome. Like, see, this is kind of the mother that I wish the Olopas carry the mother as well. Last, they are locking the son. Let them lock the mother up as well. Now she's crying. What's her tears for? So you, as a mother, you know, train your pikin. Say your okoropo to what I've been go to what I be say you. Your pikin carry 12-year-old pikin come and start saying your pikin wife with that 12 years old. You're fully. I'm even irritated. I don't even want to watch this anymore. And then there's another one again where she was crying.
I think they carry me. They push me to away. They fall. They don't give me my son. Oh, you have anyway. Well, you have a devil at your second. You never know that. I didn't get it. But you are bitter. You have never suffered me. Because anybody to give me more.
You say happened to your Pekin, your son? Because he give person belle. The girl, we go marry him for him.
Now go marry him. I did not even hear this part before. Now go marry him. If now go marry him, the girl, mama, and all of them will now go marry the girl. Make them go lock her up. I go pay police money. Make them go arrest all of them. Let's listen, no.
Grandmama, please, before you give person belle, the girl. Day with Damilola 1 year, 2 years.
Can you listen? Did you guys hear? So the girl was with our son about 1 or 2 years. So they apparently went to go ask for this girl's hand in marriage from her grandmother. Try. Let's keep listening.
The girl no get belle. Like the girl no get belle. That 2 years with Damilola with him. We go in grandmama place. Go ask of the mama ganga way born am. The grandmama say, since where the girl they small, now in mama Kayan.
Welcome on babe. Welcome
the girl with them. Okay. I say, see my son, no, he won't marry your daughter. He say, okay. If he won't marry her, no problem. I say, okay. Mama, I don't agree. They can't day 1 year, 2 years before the girl.
Now so then they marry people. Now so then they marry person. Now so then they marry person. So she's claiming that this girl has been living with her son. From what age? And then they now went to this girl's grandmother to say, oh, where are the parents? The grandma say whatever, that they are happy, yes, because they want to marry. So she's claiming that the girl was not pregnant before they went to the grandmother. That it was after a year or two that they've been staying together. Like, how can your son bring home a child, bring home person with that age? You can't talk say now you're picking wife. Like, how do I even unhear this story? How do I unhear it? I don't know how to unhear it, but guys, let's keep listening. I'm gonna play this video and I'll give you guys the chance to call in and then we can round up.
As he carry the girl go for the grandmama place, say, see your daughter don't get the level, and we want marry am for your hand. He say, okay, mama, no wahala. Which time when I go come do the thing? If the girl don't born, we will come do something for the head. Grandmama say, okay, no problem. Now so we dey cater with the girl, I will look after the girl. That Damilola self, now fashion designer, now be Damilola be, and the fashion designer where they work, he no rich, and Damilola start with this bale. He begin work that bale self to
person where him mama and himself no fit feed themselves, they can't go carry person pikin, knack am belle,
feed me, feed the girl, because the my hand like I get as that I know they work. Like I know if you work like before. Now Damilola they feed me, they feed my titi, they feed Diti, they feed me.
So she even
no
get
problem.
so she even
Titi, now so
she has a daughter. Okay.
Carry on. One day, now so Deborah say pregnant people they for small market. Me I don't go Aja. Now so before me I come, she come small market. He say he won't give them money to buy baby things. Okay, he carry money give them. Like he carry money give them. Before me I come, they don't they fight for small market. Me I come I reach there. I say what thing they happen? They say now Titi sister where they drink the colos. I want to carry Titi go inside bamboo. And I don't say Titi sister, why you go carry Titi? Go inside bamboo. You get house where one people that person to sleep. Why you go carry? No, carry this girl. Go. I think the girl there with me since when I don't see money. Now no come carry this girl. Now I see say now what come carry Titi. Make anybody know carry.
Who won't carry Titi?
Now a sister, a blood sister. That one self. You know they normal they drink lose. Because of that money maybe she give them. You won't come carry the girl. Go they stay inside bamboo. Now me I no agree. Say make the girl stay with me.
But the girl been they stay with you before.
Yes. Now my house now the girl they stay. If he ask all of them, they know about it. Now my house. Now me, Damilola they feed me. Okay. Now so the thing begin going on. The money where they can't give Titi. Now so I can't say where the money where they give you, Titi. I don't see money. Money there for Deborah hand. Like the money there for Deborah hand. I said, give me the money now. I think they say when I take buy baby things, they don't give me the money. They don't give Damilola the money. But you have 1,000, you have 500. You don't know about the money. You don't spend inside. Okay, where the baby things when I go buy? Deborah say, see the baby things. I say, okay, no problem. We carry baby things for house. Since that time, I can't see say like something can't happen. The boy Aisha born. The people know their life.
Who should be Aisha? That's your...
No, one girl where they give the leg. He born, the people know their life. Sunday wife born, the people know their life.
Who born? Who born? Like who?
They
in charge of the Peking where they born?
Now they carry them go.
Oh, they carry them go hospital where they go born.
Yes.
But if they're born, the Peking know they are alive.
Me I can't say this.
What are they insinuating here? Are they insinuating that this girl is doing something with those babies?
No.
Okay, she be one carry your own son Peking.
Yes.
So you know agree.
Yes. Me I no country. Say make Mishi carry my Titi go. The day we come carry Titi. Every time one of other man, he there for first gate. He go come carry Titi go. He come reach one day. I can't come back from my dad. I come outside from my house like this. Now so the other man come say, where Titi? I say Titi no around. And again Titi dey inside. Titi come and say make you come collect food money for my hand. Now so the other man say, me and they lie you. See Titi now. I say what you happen? I say make you no carry Titi go. Now by force, no carry and go again. I no want to make you carry Titi go again. I say your husband know that. Like my son Damilola they come. I say Damilola still they won't carry Titi go again. No, Damilola say matele.
Right, I really don't need this story because I was only interested in the story of that girl that was obviously impregnated, and she already said no, she already has a child. Why I'm actually sharing this story is the fact that some people when they are fighting, they are stupid, crazy as whatever it is that they are fighting. They tend to leave whatever it is that they are meant to face. So now this Jojo of Lagos now, or whatever they call her, because Very Dark Man is having an issue with King Mitchy, everything that girl, yes, I already said in my last time that Mitchy self, yeah, you go, person sit down, wahala sit down, you go carry wahala. You want to eat with the devil, you did not come with a very long spoon. That was the matter between her and Very Dark Man. And I already apportioned her own blame to her that come, person sit down and hold their hold, you go find their trouble. So since this girl now has an issue, that fight with Very Dark Man, every other people who has some sort of affiliation with Very Dark Man are now coming out to drag this girl. So this girl, yes, in her own way, she's been out there helping all of these young girls. There was a time one of the girls she took to the hospital almost died in hospital, you know. So I've seen a few, like I said, it's not as maybe I go and find these people. No, at times Instagram just bring their pages to my view, and I watch and I see what they do. So that was how I was able to have a glimpse of what she does. So now, because of this issue that she has with Very Dark Man, all of the rattels, all the rats, they are now packing themselves. They're now coming out to rubbish all the work that this girl has done, all the charitable work she has done, even though at times some of them she's not spending all of her money. But why I was triggered is the fact that this stupid girl called Jojo or whatever they call her said that your boy that you put in prison. At the end of the day, I think Jojo Mitchy dropped a message to say that I was not the one that arrested this brother. Yes, the case was reported, and it is the Lagos State DV and something that arrested and made sure that boy is in prison. So she actually dropped that comment underneath the post that Jojo of Lele did, but she deleted the message. She now posted the message again on her page to explain her own part in the story that if you have an issue with why the boy is in the police station, go to the Lagos State Clinical Division of DV and something. Go and meet them there. So you can follow through with the case, which means that she did the right thing by reporting the case to say that how can you that Kadimos a 12-year-old, you not can believe, like is unheard of. And now she now came up, so she's not practically coming out to tell us that what that boy did deserves him being locked, that does not even deserve him being locked up or arrested. See how they are justifying stupid things? You see how they are justifying crazy things? See the people that, in fact, some people are fasting for this Nigeria, but some of the Nigerians that they are fasting for, they are not ready to be saved. They are not ready to be saved. Anyway, that was that video that I saw there. I was triggered and I was like, I was tempted to go into her DM to go and abuse, to go and drop her a silly ass about, like, you know what, let me just mind my business. However, I will leave comments under the post where I saw the video. So that's the story I've come to share with you guys. That, you know, guys, that, you know what, it's crazy how because you have an issue with because somebody you follow has an issue with somebody, and you're now gaining their enemy. Like, I don't get it. Just because you're fighting with somebody does not mean that that person your friend is fighting must also be your enemy. No, because at the end of the day, you both pretty much do similar things. Should we now say this is a matter of jealousy? Honey babe, welcome, my beautiful sister. How are you today?
I do. You know what's really annoying? I think for me, all this is just really triggering me, and it's disappointing because with what's happening right now, sis, I'm supposed to go to Cyprus end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've already, I don't want to use the word, they have done an air base in Cyprus. I don't even know if I'm going on holiday.
Yes,
look what's happening with exactly. Look what is happening in the world, and we're talking about this. I think my problem is that I think the mistake we made is that social media should not be a thing in Nigeria because we don't have common sense. Social media initially was about, from what I know, was basically about dropping videos, people dropping content. And it was things that, you know, for whatever reasons, how to do this, spreading information, inspirational, motivational stuff. It comes to Nigeria, and what do? Every single day there is rubbish and nonsense in regards to, we use Nigerian content creators, we use it to be disparaging each other. Why are we like that? Honestly, it's disappointing, especially with what is happening in the last 24 hours. This doesn't make sense. Just because you're affiliated with someone, you now go on this campaign. I mean, I say this all the time, Nigerians, I'm going to ask these questions. you go to school, do you just memorize books? Is there no intelligence at all that comes? Is there's no, intellectual awareness? Come on, man. It's really getting on my nerves, the way that we move and the way that we behave and the way that we think. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. On that note, I don't even know what to say, honestly, in regards to this. My son is 14 years old. Yeah. Nearly 6 foot. The boy is a child.
Exactly.
Can you imagine him being a husband? Husband to who? So I think what begs belief, sorry, tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't understand, the broken English. I didn't get everything. So Abby and anyone in the comment section, correct me if I'm wrong. But I heard something about she went to hospital to have her children. Is that correct?
I think so. Apparently,
I'm gonna ask the question: is that which kind of bumperclock country that is Nigeria, where you can be 12 years old and no one in the whole hospital says, "Excuse me, how old are you?" There's no social services. There's no police. There's no safeguarding. There's no nothing. You see, even if you don't know her actual age, look at her figure. Look how small she is. She's pregnant and nobody rang the alarm bells in Nigeria. I don't even know what to say. Do you understand what I'm saying? Just because of that. A 12-year-old is a child. And this woman that was interviewed, she's old. She's obviously older than me. I'm trying to give her grace in terms that I don't want to slag this old woman. But it just goes to show what happens when you have no education and you're illiterate. Can you imagine if she had a child or a grandchild that was that girl's age? I mean, I don't understand this excuse that because you're poor, you can just behave anyhow. Even the way she was talking about the child, is that her son, right?
Yeah.
Her son comes home with a child, and in your brain, it doesn't occur to you, this is a child. And this is why I say that there's really a problem in Nigeria where illiteracy is a big problem. And I don't even think it's about illiteracy, because regardless of whether you can read or write, there is wrong and there is right. Are you trying to tell me that because you're illiterate, you don't know that your son should not be engaging in any kerewa with an underage girl? Exactly. It begs belief. And this is the reason why Nigeria is the way it is, and the reason why there is no amount of prayer. To me, there's no amount of prayer that can change Nigeria when we have this type of mentality. And I said this a long time ago, the moral compass of Nigeria is absolutely diabolical. We have no morals. People can say to me, oh, not every Nigerian, but the vast amount of Nigerians behave like this. And this is a big problem for me. A big problem. Because for me, you're seeing a girl pregnant and nobody rang the alarm bells, whether it's the hospital or anything, that a 12-year-old. And like I said, Mama Five, if this happens in the UK, I know we have our issues. There's been baby P and things like that. I get it. But if this happens in the UK, I would hope, even though there's been mistakes, I would hope that next, you know how it is, MASH is called, social services, arresting, you understand, but the problem I have is the education. How is it that us as Nigerians, we know how to use an iPhone, we know how to do Instagram, but you don't know anything about, the fact that a girl at 12 is a child, and that it's a criminal offense for someone to carry out a child. How do we know how to stream when there's no electricity? How do we know how to use iPhone but we don't know basic morality? I don't understand. Honestly, I'm just tripping over this. Are you telling me in this day and age where we have Google, ChatGPT, you cannot Google or have and understand that you should not, that it's a criminal, pedophilia, whatever, I say it out there, that you are not supposed to do this and this is an abomination? You don't know that.
And the ones that are partially educated are now saying that, is it because he killed a white so that's why you lock him up? that they should lock him up.
And this is the education about. I mean, this is what I'm talking about safeguarding, about understand that a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old is a vulnerable child. Understanding that you shouldn't be carrying someone that is 12. But because I don't understand Nigeria and the way they think, they don't understand that in any other country, this is not supposed to happen. It is it's a criminal offense.
It is
to have any type of intimacy with a child. She's a child. Exactly. She's literally 1 year older than my son. And I can't imagine him being in any type of relationship. All he should be doing is studying. And it's just beyond belief. And that's why I said Nigeria has a long way to go. The only thing we know how to do is go on Facebook. There's a lot of education from the ground up that we as a people need to educate ourselves in terms of what is right and what is wrong. How can you, in all conscience, as a woman, see a child, and she's a child to me, and think there's nothing wrong with that? You're saying that she's someone's wife. Which wife is she? She's a child.
When I saw that, probably was raging.
We don't, when she was pregnant, she's probably barely started her menstrual cycle. This is ridiculous. This is an abomination. And this is why, for me, I really wrestle with, being Nigerian, when things like this really trigger me, that why are we so backward in our mindset? It is really, really disappointing.
We are living in Stone Age.
We are, but the thing is we are, because it just seems to me that I can guarantee you, and I would hope if I was speaking to my mom, when my mom was growing up, if this had happened, there would have been riots.
Exactly.
There would have been lynching.
You understand
what I'm saying? When my mom was growing up in Nigeria, there would have been consequences. But all of a sudden, the excuse is illiteracy, the excuse is poverty. I don't know what to say. And this is women. There's no, this is women. How are you saying to someone that, what he did was not a big deal for to call the police? Are you mental? Is it that you were not diagnosed? Is that what the problem is? Because I don't know how a woman can say that. That could be your child.
Exactly.
That could be your sister. That could be your granddaughter. I beg. Nigeria has a long way to go. Long way to go.
Wonder why our government is treating us the way they are doing.
Because the thing is, I say this all the time, that I think I've said this a few times, Mama Five. Me personally, everything that is happening, I think the way you behave is the way you're treated. And I think that because we are morally bankrupt as a people, this is why a lot of us in Nigeria are suffering the way we're suffering, because we have no morals. The average Nigerian will probably think it's not a big deal that what happened to this girl. The average Nigerian, even though they have children that are probably the same age, older, or girls. This is the average Nigerian's mindset. And that is why, for me, I see Nigeria as Sodom and Gomorrah. Honestly, it's a cesspool of bankrupt morality. And people say, why am I saying this? Because every single day, there's always a story confirming to me how morally bankrupt as a people we are. Absolutely. And I think we really need to look at ourselves, that we really need to change our mindset. We were not always like this. Yeah. I don't know what happened in the decades since independence, what has happened to us as a people. And to people to say to me, it's poverty, no. There's other countries that were formerly part of the UK as an empire. They went through regime changes. They went through poverty. They went through a lot of persecution. They don't behave like this.
Exactly.
So I'm tired of the mindset that, we went through stuff. You are not the only ones, mate. So I think for me is that we really need to think about what we need. I think we need to change, because for me, Nigerian is always the topic of something in the media. We're always doing something. There's always some issue. And I think we really need to change our mindset. As a people, we really, from the foundations, maybe it's the government, but you voted for the government. I know there's the whole, voters rigging, but your politicians is a reflection of you.
Absolutely.
I say that. See that, you understand? So I think for me, we have a lot to do. I'm exhausted. Let me drink water. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much. I'm just mad at the fact that even the Lagos division thing, what I would expect, obviously moving on from this story, is that that Jojo girl of Lagos, she needs to be arrested as well, because that's her justifying the action of that boy that was arrested.
Yeah, and this is the thing. But I think the problem I have in Nigeria is that I think I sent something on either UB's backstage or Auntie B's backstage, and if you was to have 100 women, in a room, that, but Nigerian women, I can tell you at least 90% of them have been essayed or had in some way. The problem we have in Nigeria is that there is this mindset, this kind of this normal mindset of essay and career and the way that women are perceived in Nigeria, and it's a problem for me. DV is normalized. Underage career is normalized. Essays, it's a problem for me. And I think because of lack of education, and you can say that, Nigeria is a patriarchal society. So are many other places, don't get me wrong. England and the UK has its own issues, don't get me wrong. But the problem we have is that there is this kind of, what's the word to use? There is this kind of normal mindset that it's normal for this to happen. So until we educate ourselves that this is not normal, and then there has to be penalties for things like this, nothing will ever change.
Nothing will ever change, exactly.
Nothing
and also, like
change.
I said, they'll come around. It's just like when Nigerian police are being told that, okay, don't do this, so don't do it. You can't. It's wrong to take people's phone and check their personal details. You should not be extorting money, and they will come out here and say, "Oh, we now have the police officers that we're doing this in custody." Like, to me, I feel like they'll come and tell us that they've sacked this police officer, they've taken them off, they are no longer police officer, but then I don't think they're actually meaning the punishment that have been meted out to them.
No, because the thing is that you have to be educated. You did a lot of stories where guys will come from Nigeria. You remember, I think you said it a couple of times, they'll come from Nigeria, they'll be talking to all these like Caucasian girls, and then for some reason the parent have overheard them texting over WhatsApp, and then the parent reported the African guy to the police. It is normal for Nigerians, because when most guys come here, and I'm not trying to generalize, but I've seen loads of stories in the press of guys coming here 6 months, 9 months, a year, and they're talking to underage girls. It's normal for them because they've been doing it in Nigeria. Am I right, Mama Five?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's normal. They don't seem to understand there are boundaries. There is consent. There is the age factor. There is safeguarding. But because there's none of that in Nigeria, it is normal for them when they come to the UK. With the example you gave, I know you've done a show on it, where a guy can come and he'll be talking to a girl. Oh, can I have your number? You remember that one you did? Yeah. And the next thing you know, he's been arrested, and it's all over social media.
Yeah.
This is the reason why, because we are morally bankrupt as a people.
It's just crazy, man. Honestly, like
I don't know what to say, but I wrestle with, like I said, I was not born and brought up in the UK, in Nigeria, but I wrestle with this side of me that, as a Nigerian, having Nigerian parents, yes, I wasn't born and brought up here. I wrestle with this side of me that why are we like this? It's very disheartening. Very, very disheartening.
Thank you so much, honey babe. Thank you so
no
much.
Problem.
It's just like when I saw that video of that girl, and then the interview, obviously, where she was talking that was her second child. So she practically had her first child when she was 12. I was pissed. I just wish that I had the power then. And obviously, I didn't know then that the boy was a cool guy in question that was arrested. And then now see this Jojo thing girl being talking. I was like, "Kai, she should be arrested." The mother of the boy in question.
Yeah, everyone. You know what's really sad for me? Everyone that's been around this girl has failed her. Whether it's a neighbor, whether it's a teacher, whether it's a sibling, whether it's friends, everybody around her ecosystem failed that girl because no one raised the alarm. Because the first one, everyone saw it and did nothing. The second pregnancy, so it's not even just those two ladies you're talking about, it's everyone around her that failed her. And that shows the type of culture and community we have in Nigeria.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
obviously,
there's no protection for these girls.
none. I mean, when I saw that interview, I did comment on how good she speaks. She speaks very good English. How did she end up in that situation where somebody could
Because
just
it's Nigeria. It's Nigeria. Because it's Nigeria, the system doesn't work, and the system doesn't value children, doesn't value girls. Because to me, and I'm not going to say the West is the best. It's not that deep. But what I'm saying to you, there's a high probability that this wouldn't have happened if she was anywhere else but Nigeria. And even if it did happen, there would have been safeguards and things would have been put in place pretty quick. There's no way a 12-year-old would be pregnant and a doctor or a nurse or a social worker wouldn't ring the alarm bell. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Uncle.
Well.
Like I said, I was pissed. I was going to wait until when I was off this week to come to this story, but I just had to bring it tonight. That, you know what, these are part of the reasons why, you know what, like children. We've seen videos even where there are evidences of something like this happening, and you see here our authorities asking questions. Hence why I also said also about the girl in question, the Mirabel girl who came to lie that somebody raped her, that she has to be jailed.
Because she's made it harder for actual victims. See, when people do that bullshit, yeah, I get annoyed because I know that people say, oh, this whole thing that you can't just automatically believe a victim, but I'm of the mentality, give them the benefit of the doubt. If they lie, then fine, they should obviously reap the consequences. But for me, that girl, and I say this all the time, you've made it harder for actual victims to come out. And that's my problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I saw a video of a girl who came out to cry that her brother has been locked up for 2 years because somebody lied that he raped her. He's languishing in prison for 2 years. It's been almost 2 years now. False allegation. So now people who are now saying that this other girl should not be jailed. I'm like, why should she not be jailed?
She should be jailed. I think I think because of the gravity of the offense and the fact that you're affecting people's lives, I'm very much an advocate for if you do the crime, you do the time. So my mindset is that if you falsely accuse someone and it's been proved or you've confessed, I'm sorry, you're doing the time. Because what if the case is that we now convicted that individual?
Exactly.
You understand? And his life is destroyed. So my mindset is, there has to be consequences. So I personally think she should do some type of time, whether it's community service, I don't know, probation, but she needs to know the gravity of what she's done. And that's going to be a deterrent to any other person that tries to lie about something as serious as that. You need to have something that will deter people. That's why you have crime. That's why you have punishment. Do you understand what I'm saying? And custodials and sentences. So for me, she needs to do some type of hard time to deter anybody else from lying and doing the same thing. Yeah.
So it's just sad how things are being handled in Nigeria just now. Like I said, we don't have no justice system in Nigeria, nothing.
Nah.
And then when you see people that speaking now using their voice, their power, they don't do anything. Yes, I don't blame them again because yes, the likes of them who have done it in the past, what happened to them? They were bullied. They were bullied from speaking up about these things. And yes, again, celebrities or whoever has power should not even be speaking because this should be something that the government will willingly provide services to ensure that if there's a crime, that this crime is being reported and, whoever is guilty should be, brought to book. But then again, our government don't even take us serious, talk more that they want to see.
Yeah, because we're not angry. The thing is, we're not angry enough. I remember, obviously, my mom used to tell me about Fela Kuti. You remember how many times he was arrested? He was willing to walk the walk and talk the talk. And people can say to me, yes, I'm based in the UK. I can't help where I was born, people. So please, there's nothing I can do. But what I'm saying to you is that a lot of Nigerians are not angry enough. For me, that's my personal opinion. Because when you're angry enough, to me, the masses, I think I mentioned in one show about Korea, there was a time where the ex-president, I don't know if you know, he tried to do some kind of very similar to Trump, where he wanted to do emergency measures. The South Korean people said, no way in hell. You know why? Because they had the history of being, they were taken over by the Japanese around the Second World War. They were not going to do that again. So they now literally they literally were like climbing barricades to go into a building to basically all the politicians to basically vote against this emergency sanctions. If you check the news, the ex-president of Korea has been sent to jail for 20 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because the people all came together and said, we're not tolerating that. We're not going back to what we went through because we were taken over by the Japanese. And that's the difference between when I'm trying. I know it's not a fair comparison. Don't get me wrong, because it's a different history. But what I'm saying to you is that Nigerians are not angry enough. When you're angry enough, I'm sorry, it's all about revolution, because that's the only way that change is going to happen. Because it seems to be that the politicians are not taking Nigerians seriously. Because we're all talk. When there's action, that's when they will take Nigerians seriously. Like the example of Korea, like other examples, I can't remember them, but you get what I'm saying. There's other examples where the actual people said, we're not tolerating this crap. A South Korean woman stood in front of a police officer that held a GUN to her head, and she did not move. That was how passionate she was, that I will not allow my country to be taken over. That is how it has to be. And we're not ready.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, thank you, Honey Baby, for that. I'm just going to round up just now. Like I said, if you're fighting somebody just because you have some sort of beef against that person, does not mean that you start rubbishing something that you should actually add your voice to, that, oh, how can you do this? And then they arrest you and your mother is crying all over the place. In my own opinion, that mother also should be arrested. Jojo of Lele should also be arrested, because I don't see what that video came out like. Is it because is it because he did that? And like I said, I don't blame them. It's the people that are pumping money into whatever charity, whatever thing that they are doing. Yeah, I'm not rubbishing the fact that Jojo or whatever they call her is doing charitable work, getting girls off the street.
The thing is, Mama Five, if you come out with something like that, that invalidates everything you say, as far as I'm concerned. I don't care that you're doing charitable stuff. If you open your smelly mouth to be saying to someone that, oh, what's the big deal about being carried at 12? To me, it invalidates all the good deeds that you do, as far as I'm concerned, because out of the abundance of your mouth is how you truly, truly think. And as a woman, you should be advocating for girls that are going through this. So regardless of what she's done, that invalidates any good thing that she's done, as far as I'm concerned. We need to call out the BS. Let's not say, oh, because she done this. No, call out the BS. Unless we call out the BS, nothing will ever change.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. Anyway, guys, like I said, I'm rounding up, and this is not the first time we've seen stories of stuff like this happening. Even when small girls were being kiddied, nothing happened. But like I said, Tachoki is saying that, oh, Nigerians they are angry, but yes, they are just angry for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly. It's not systematic angry. To me, all that energy, instead of all this energy posing on social media, chatting rubbish and nonsense, talking about stupid, dirty December, that energy should be channeled in terms of advocating for changing Nigeria. That's what they should be focused on.
But we are hungry on something different. You can imagine now this talk of obviously the electoral, whatever it is. You would have thought that a lot of Nigerians would be on the street advocating that the live transmission of election votes should be done. But I was surprised that just a selection, a handful of people were out.
No one's interested. No one's interested, and this is the problem. No one is interested about what is going to happen. I mean, I think they've said that they definitely are going to try and rig it. But no one's talking about that. No one's interested. They're talking about VDM and foolishness about someone drinking BLEACH. Is that what is it? And that's why I said Nigerians, they're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. We're not ready.
That word back. Nigeria, it said this back. We are not ready. I've said that.
We're not ready.
I've said that. We are not ready. Nigerians, we are not ready.
When they're like I said, when they're angry enough, they will Nigerians will mobilize themselves. They're not ready.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I said I was going to be here for an hour, and I've done more. It's now my bedtime now.
Even me, I have to go as well.
Thanks so much, Honey Babe, for being here.
No problem. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Bye.
So much. Bye. Thank you so much for being here. Anyway, guys, I'm going to round up this live stream. All I'm going to say is this: is that what they said, that a village raises a child, and I know nowadays it's quite hard to actually go by that sentence that a village raises a child. But please, guys, when you see, I mean, like I said, that girl, when she was taken to wherever she went to have that first child, as if I were a nurse, I will be raising concern. I will be contacting the Lagos State, whatever that's in charge of underage children or whatever. I will be contacting that. Like, come, oh, a 12-year-old girl they just brought her to our hospital. She don't born, oh, to come and investigate how she ended up being pregnant and being brought there. But nowadays, everybody's just raving mad, doing their own thing, chasing cloud over nothing. The main matter that is on ground, it's nothing is being done. Our children are being out there, schools they can't go to. I was watching a video of a young guy where he went to a primary school to go give some of the children school bags, and the school bag where he gifted was not enough. And one of the small boys was crying bitterly because he could not get a school bag. And also, I saw a video of where a certain young lady was advocating for the school in their community to be furnished. She said that there used to be a time where there were over 1,000 students in that school. Now there's barely 100 students. There's barely chairs. What happened? A certain chairman or local government area of that area arranged for that girl to be beaten up. And I was like, you know what? I've said several times that I am Nigerian. But if I tell you I understand Nigeria, I am telling you a big lie. If I tell you I understand Nigeria, I am giving you foul. That's what I'm giving you. But then, let's try our best as a good citizen, as a Nigerian, wherever you are. Let's try to advocate for the young ones around us. All these songs that children are the future of tomorrow, I don't believe that song anymore. But in regard to this exact story, in my own opinion, I believe the Lagos State, who are in charge of that case, should get that Jojo of Lele arrested. And the mother that is going about saying they went to go and marry her, blah, 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 she should also be locked up because they are all raving mad. And yes, when we are trying to implement change, if the change is not being communicated out there, people will not gravitate to it because exactly not everybody goes school, but then our government don't care, talk more that they want to eradicate a change or they want to eradicate something that is bad. But we as individual citizens, we can start to make little changes. With that being said, I'm going to read the last few comments and I'm going to round up, guys. Okay, thanks so much for everybody that have been here. I really appreciate you for being here. So that talking says civil rule and social media is the wrong combination in Nigeria. If at this point they should just remove social media from Nigeria, let them restrict Nigerians from social media. Maybe we'll rest. Vivian said everyone has become an authority of their own, from VDM to pastors, glorified Yahoo boys, Obi Kubana and co. Allegedly, Babalawo, separatists like Asari Dokubo. Allegedly, I am tired of Nigerians from Nigeria. My sister, you are not the only one. That talking said, who says Nigeria is not angry? They are, but for the wrong reasons. Absolutely. Osa said the boy mama who pregnant that 12-year girl should be jailed for. I've told you that mama self should be locked up, like lock them up and throw away the key. What's this girl? Where are the girl's parents? I don't suppose the girl has her parents or something, because it was alleged that they went to her grandmother and her grandmother was happy for her to be married off. I was like, what? So Roddy, what are you going on about? I don't understand that comment. I'm not going to read your comment here. Osa said Nigerians are more upset Davido not winning a Grammy than exactly. Misplaced priorities. That talker said, well, what do we expect from a country with zero humanitarian loss? Pity. But in Nigeria, who will listen to the North? Exactly. Who will listen? I understand you. At the same time, who will listen? True. You are right. You are right, though. Yeah, so we take our honey babe serious. We take her serious. So if you think we should not take our honey babe serious, then maybe you don't know what we do here. The system sucks. Absolutely. Vivian, this one that you guys did not reply this person, though. You guys did not reply. I'm intentionally not reading what that person dropped. And I'm not gonna block you. I'll leave you here. Rosie said the young ones are only concerned on creating content. Let's see, once they take, like I said, once they restrict internet from Nigeria, let's see what they will do. Because that was like, I'm always shooting. Your mates are entrepreneurs. You say you are always shooting. And what? That talking said, which future? They can't read a dictionary these days. I tire. Anyway, guys, this is where I'm going to end this live stream here. I just thought I would bring this here because I was at work today and I just felt like, no, this has to be discussed. I don't even know how to proceed with this. Like, okay, what should we do? But then again, there's lots of organizations in Nigeria who are meant to be backing stuff like this, who are receiving budget. I believe they are receiving budget. But again, like I said, Chima so Nigeria yemi, Babanla ni mo pa. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, there's other videos I'll be coming back to share with you guys. This particular one I just saw it and I was a bit triggered. Like, you know what? I've always said that the girl child women are endangered species in Africa. Women, we are endangered species in Nigeria. Because yes, we are not saying that we are going to be men, but at the same time, our lives matter as well. Our lives matter. Okay, our lives matter. If a man's life is not endangered, why should a woman's life be endangered? Why? What is the reason why women's lives are endangered? Why? For what? Now, the way God create Adam, God create Eve. So why should women be treated differently? Why? Anyway, guys, thank you so much. And as for Davido, I hope he's not going to come out and yarn anything, because if he yarn anything, he's just going to keep meeting himself in court. And like I said, I'm not justifying Sophia not allowing him to see them Imade, but then again, he has some sort of access to Imade, and I just believe that he could have persevered till that child is able to make a decision on her own, saying what, okay, mom, I want to travel, I want to go meet dad, blah 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 blah. But then again, it is what is being shared on social media that we see, that we react on. We don't really know the true cocoa of the matter that is happening. And I pray that no parent deserves the loss of a child. And also lessons, just because a relationship ends does not mean that you should not be punishing each other with the children. It's not fair. It's not fair on the children, and it's not fair on the mental health of both parents as well. Like, you can imagine the case of Dotun. He said the wife allegedly ran to America with his children, which means he has not seen those children for years. In my own opinion, that's absolutely wrong. But hey ho, what do I know? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Onibe, for that lengthy contribution there. I really appreciate you. And everybody in the comment section, I see you all. Thank you. I appreciate you. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And if you're just joining this video, if you have enough time on your hands, please do not hesitate to watch back again. Drop your comments based on what has been raised in this video, share, and I hope to catch you up with you guys later. Have an amazing week ahead and have a beautiful night's sleep as well. Thank you, guys. Good night. Bye.